The Farmland Protection Policy Act requires that federal agencies identify and consider adverse effects to farmland that have resulted from projects that involve federal participation. For most RER projects, the federal participation is federal funding. When an LPA project has new right-of-way or permanent easement that results in converting farmland to another land use, coordination with a local NRCS office is required. The LPA is responsible for assessing farmland impacts and coordinating with NRCS. Projects located in a designated urban area, according to the U.S. Census Bureau maps, are not required to consider farmland impacts. Projects outside of a designated urban area that also require new right-of-way or permanent easements must consider farmland impacts even if the area affected is not currently farmed. Farmland impacts are based on soil types and not current land use. Coordination with the USDA NRCS Area Resource Soil Scientist is required when right-of-way or permanent easements are acquired outside designated urban areas. The Urbanized Area Reference Map shows the urbanized areas, outlined in green, that are excluded from the Farmland Protection Policy Act. A link to the U.S. Census Urbanized Area Reference Map is provided at the bottom of the slide. When land use changes occur outside a designated urban area, the LPA must submit the Form AD-1006 Farmland Conversion Impact Rating to the local NRCS office. A project description and preliminary plans that show the converted farmland should also be provided. The AD-1006 form can be found at the link on this slide. Detailed instructions regarding how to complete each section are provided on page 2 of the AD-1006, which can be accessed using the link provided at the bottom of this slide. On the Farmland Conversion Impact Rating form, the LPA fills out Parts 1 and 3 and requests that NRCS fill out Parts 2, 4, and 5. If the NRCS responds that prime, unique, statewide, or locally important farmland is present, the LPA must complete Part 6 of the form to generate a total site assessment point value. If this value equals or exceeds 160, then alternative design considerations should be made to avoid or minimize impacts to farmland resources. A change in design may not be necessary, but should be considered. If the point value equals or exceeds 160, the LPA should also complete Part 7 and submit the form back to NRCS for its records. The NRCS response to the AD-1006 form should be uploaded to the RER. For projects involving a corridor, which includes most roadway projects, Form NRCS-CPA-106 should be used in place of the AD-1006. NRCS-CPA-106 is completed in the same manner as AD-1006, but includes different point values for Part 4 to better assess potential impacts to farmland resulting from corridor-style projects. Please refer to the previous slide for guidance on completing this form. Detailed instructions are provided on page 2 of the form, which can be accessed using the link provided on this slide.